Today we're going to be doing the tournament, but only teams that added an elite player on defense. Now the definition of elite for this video is you had to be a 90 plus overall player. This rule hurts me just as much as you if your team added a player that's below a 90, because we added Hassan Reddick and he's only an 82. So my team's not in this tournament. So how about we list the teams that are? We begin with the Falcons, who added 90 overall Casey Hayward Jr. Does that look anything like him, bro? Am I the only one? Okay, wow, that actually does. I didn't know his forehead was as big as Rihanna's. But he's their highest overall player now. The Falcons have gone far in the tournament before. Can they do it again? If they do, they're gonna have to get through their first round matchup, the Honey Badger and the New Orleans Saints. I was not happy that he chose them over Philly, but I'm still gonna root for him, man. My favorite nickname in NFL history is now on the Saints, man. This team is just stacked. They have a good chance to go deep as well. As of right now, if you ask me who I think will win the Super Bowl next year, I might have to say Von's team. Buffalo added him to an already stacked roster. Like, he's not even the highest overall player on their team. It's insane how stacked they are. So yeah, they're going to be a very tough out in this video. Their first round matchup is Chandler Jones and the Raiders. Somehow he was only the second biggest addition to this team in the offseason. I mean, you have Devontae freaking Adams. Their offense is insane. Now you have Chandler and Crosby. This might be the most under the radar elite move that happened on the defensive side of the ball this offseason. I saw nobody talking about this. Stephon Gilmore to the Colts. Like, I know he barely played last year, but it's still Stephon Gilmore. He's still a 94 overall, one of the best corners in the game, and now he's in Indianapolis. I don't think people understand how big of an impact that's gonna have. And I know the Colts have done really well in these tournaments, but I don't know how far they're gonna go, because their first round matchup is Bobby Wagner and the Los Angeles Rams. The defending Super Bowl champions added a guy who's been arguably the best MOB in the league for the last handful of years. He's their fourth best player, to put it in perspective. I know he dropped a little bit, you know, he's getting up there in age, but he's still elite. Finally, a guy who's the highest overall on his new team, Khalil Mack, the sack attack. Obviously, that's not the only move the Chargers made on defense. I mean, JC Jackson, Bryce Callahan. Like, do you not understand how insane this defense is going to be? Sebastian Joseph Day, Kyle Van Noy. It's insane how stacked they are. If they don't make the playoffs next year, I'll cut off my pinky. Michael Pierce on the Baltimore Ravens, 91 overall D tackle. If you look at the elite Ravens teams of the past, I mean, you have Siragusa, you got Haloti Nada. Like, the D tackle position is a staple in Baltimore. So now they have him. They added what's his name, Marcus Williams. You still have Lamar. So Ravens, let's see how far they can go. Their first round matchup is the Chargers. All right, let's get it started, man. 6-minute quarters. I still see some high scoring games, even though the quarter is only 6 minutes. So I know you're probably like, oh, why not make it like 12, 15? Because look, I mean, there's still some teams that are scoring left and right. The Chargers are no exception. Now, granted, obviously these teams add elite players on defense, so it's not going to be that high scoring. So I'm just contradicting myself left and right. 17-14 ball game as we start the fourth. Only one turnover on the day. That's why the Ravens are losing, man. You cannot turn the ball over against a team with this much talent and expect to win pretty easily. Look at that dot to Gerald Everett. Oh, great stop in the backfield. Eckler has 122 yards on the day. I think I might finally have to draft that man in the first round. Am I the only one that's like in fantasy, you're like, oh, I have to draft this guy, I have to draft it. Then you end up getting nobody that you wanted. Like, it's terrible sometimes. But yeah, nice dot. Keenan getting a nice game. 3rd and 3, ginormous play, beautiful tackle in the backfield. Plenty of time for Lamar and company. They need a touchdown. No more Hollywood Brown, no more Sammy Watkins. He's gonna have to pretty much go to Mark Andrews or just run. Okay, that's another option as well. They're gonna need those young wide receivers to step up. It's really that simple. You can't run every play. I mean, and I know they have an elite run game, they always do, but they still need to pass. Look at Bateman. Could he be a sleeper this year? I feel like he's going a little under the radar, man. He might be someone to look out for in fantasy. Oh, they're sending the blitz. Look at the Chargers. Khalil Mack can't get there. Another dot to Bateman. Uh-oh, here comes Khalil. Here comes Bosa. Oh my goodness. Lamar barely gets rid of it. Bateman's out of bounds. Coming down to the wire, man. Good protection for Lamar. That's the one thing the Ravens have, a good offensive line to combat these pass rushers. Bateman is having himself a game and a drive. 8 for 99. I mean, he is their new number one. You should be expecting this. Now Lamar, you know, he still has this ability to take off. Oh, great open field tackle. I mean, it's not easy bringing Lamar down, especially if you're not like a cornerback. Even if you are, it's still tough. Oh my goodness, Khalil could have picked that off. So it all comes down to this 4th and 4. The Ravens just dodged a huge bullet. They still have one last chance. Great protection. Lamar to the back of the end zone. Bateman can't hold it. That's Callahan on the deflection. So now it's up to this Ravens defense. Remember that new addition of Michael Pierce. This is why they added him. They have him and Brandon Williams to stop the run, but Eckler still gets the first down. And the Chargers are going to win in the first round against the Ravens. They kept Lamar in check. Herbo did his thing, but it was Eckler, the MVP of the game. 5.5 yards per carry. Bateman tried his best. Pierce had 1 total tackle on the day. Khalil Mack had 3 tackles, and his team is moving on. Next up, we have a divisional matchup, okay? The Saints and the Falcons. Oh, damn, we have a safety already. That's not good for the Falcons, but they do fight back. 7-8 ball game. Weird score, okay? Famous Jameis, 11 points. It's so weird. 14-11. Falcons are staying in this game, but the Saints take the lead heading into half number 2. The Honey Badger and company are struggling to keep the Falcons in check. Credit to that offense, man. They're doing their thing, but so are the Saints. They're moving, trying to take the lead right back. Famous Jameis gonna get sacked. No, what? He's doing his best Eli impersonation, but no, he ends up going down anyways. It's gonna be a 3rd and goal from the 22. Got to at least stay in field goal range. That was a terrible pass, James. What the hell? They cannot allow the Falcons to get any closer, or else they'll be in field goal range. Look at Mariota getting taken down by Cameron Jordan. That man's been elite for a very long time. Okay, that's why the Saints are constantly contending year in and year out, because of guys like him on their team. 3rd and 21. Falcons get a lot of those yards back, but they don't quite have a Justin Tucker, okay? So they're not going to attempt this kick. Instead, it's the Saints and Jameis who have a chance to win the game. Can he drive down for the game-winning field goal? Let's find out, man. Nice dot to the outside to start the drive. People forget Jameis was doing pretty well before he got injured. He was 5-2. He threw for 14 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. Like, he was having a phenomenal season before he got injured. That's another sleeper to watch out for in fantasy. Not to mention the Saints added Chris Olave. You have Michael Thomas coming back. I wouldn't sleep on him. I would not sleep on this team. Kamara not getting much on the ground. So Hayward and his defense get another stop, and now his team has a chance to take the lead. 3rd and 6. Ginormous play for the Falcons. Mariota on the run, going deep. Incomplete. Jameis going deep. What are y'all doing? Just moving in field goal range. Oh, that's one way to do it. Pass interference on the brand new addition for the Falcons, Casey Hayward Jr. The Saints get a field goal out of it. Now the Falcons have 1 timeout, 16 seconds to get in field goal range. Can Mariota and company do it? That's a good start. Ridley getting them close to midfield. No more timeouts. This is their last chance. Mariota gets hit as he throws it. Intercepted. And the Saints are moving on to round 2. That was a phenomenal game. Great performance by both teams. It's just that one team had to end up winning. Look at Adam Troutman leading the Saints in receiving. That costly penalty by Casey Hayward, man, you really do hate to see it. Unless you're rooting for the Honey Badger and the Saints. This right here is going to be a phenomenal matchup. The Rams and Bobby Wagner against Gilmore and the Colts. 7-3 ball game at the start of half number 2. A lot more low scoring than I thought. These offenses are nasty, but of course, their defenses are nasty too. It's the Rams with the ball and the lead at the start of quarter number 4. They just got to milk the clock, move down the field, get at least 3. Look at Buckner getting to Stafford. What a play. His 3rd sack of the game. That right there is one of the more underrated players in the league. DeForest Buckner has been a very good D tackle for the longest time. Here comes a screen, intercepted by the D lineman. Is that Grover Stewart? I think that's Grover Stewart with the INT, man. The pick 6. Gilmore taught that man all he knows. Now the Rams are far from finished. Ginormous play right here. Rams need to keep the chains moving. Stafford against the blitz throws it out of bounds. Now you would say just give the ball to JT and let him be great, and that's still probably the best option, but they have Wagner, man. That front 7 is not going to be easy to run against. Matt Ryan gets a nice game gain. It's going to be 3rd and inches. How are you going to come out in 5 wide on 3rd and inches when you have arguably the best running back in the game? Okay, it worked out for him, but still, I don't know about that decision. 2-minute warning has been reached. The Rams need to stop, and look at Taylor getting the first down. Could we see the defending Super Bowl champions go out in round 1 of this tournament? That would be a shocker, but hey, man, if you've been following, the Colts are always going deep in these. I'm telling you, man, that's a sign of things to come for next season. I got them going really deep in real life as well. I think from top to bottom, they have a phenomenal roster. I still can't believe they didn't make the playoffs last year, but they have a guy that's been to the Super Bowl at quarterback. They added an elite CB #1, and now they might take out the defending champs. But look at Donald. You knew he was going to make a play. They're going to hold him to 3. Now the Rams still have life. No timeouts. Stafford has the most game-winning drives. Actually, both of these quarterbacks are tied for the most game-winning drives by active quarterbacks. Actually, no, Brady unretired, so I think he still has more. But these guys are 2nd and 3rd, respectively. So it's going to be tough with no timeouts. They need a touchdown. Stafford over the middle. He's going deep. Gilmore with a nice deflection. 4th down and 10. Last chance for Stafford and company. Does he have any more tricks up his sleeve? If I'm him, I don't go towards Gilmore's side. Look at Cooper Kupp outrunning the defense down inside the 10. How do you not have Gilmore on him? This is why they play the game. Stafford with no timeouts. Akers gets tackled in bounds. It's going to be a 2nd and goal. Clock's moving. It's a touchdown. Gilmore was on the coverage, and the Rams are going to somehow win this game. Stafford is just unbelievable. It lived up to the hype, man. I just knew these teams would come to play. I can't believe Gilmore was the one that got scored on, man. I thought for sure he would get a deflection. Wagner had 2 tackles, and his team is moving on to round 2. Final matchup of round 1, we have the Raiders and Chandler Jones against Vaughn and the Bills. Raiders and Bills both have amazing offenses and amazing defenses. Like, these two teams are stacked top to bottom. I'm shocked. Okay, I was about to say, I'm shocked the Bills haven't scored yet. I know the Raiders defense is insane, but still, I expect them to put up points, okay? 16-7 ball game. There you go. 2-point game heading into the 4th. This is all we ask for, man. Just close finishes. I really don't care who wins, as long as we get entertaining games. That Rams-Colts game is one of the best games I've seen in a while. This one has potential, though. Bills down 2, 3rd and 6. Right around midfield, Josh Allen throwing it right into Crosby's hand, and they're gonna have to punt the ball. Carr gonna fumble the ball. The Bills pick it up at the 1-yard line. I don't know if that was Vaughn, but just know that front 7 on the Bills is scary. Josh Allen's going down. Crosby is taking over. It's only a matter of time before Chandler Jones decides to join the party. You have to get points here. You have to get 7. I mean, you started at the 1. Singletary getting some of the yards back. Gonna be a 3rd and goal. Josh Allen, elite quarterback. Even though he's only at 89, I still consider him elite, man. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what this man. He's scrambling. You got to take it to the end zone, and he does. The Bills have the lead. Bills are first on the season in takeaways, so you shouldn't be shocked by that fumble that they got near the goal line. Question is, can they get another stop? Carr has so many weapons to throw to. He goes to Renfro, who gets the first down and then some. That was Tre'Davious White on the coverage, just barely missing the deflection. Nice acrobatic attempt, but it was to no avail. Last play before the 2-minute warning. We have another thrilling finish. If you're enjoying the video, you might as well hit that like button. Someone has to step up on this Bills defense. They're moving too easily, and there it is. 2 timeouts left for the Raiders. Less than 30 seconds. Carr with time in the pocket, going to the back of the end zone. It's knocked straight into the hands of Micah Hyde, and the Bills are going to escape with the W. Another thriller, man. You love to see it. Gotta feel bad for the Raiders, but hey, man, one team had to take the L. They tried, okay? It was a back and forth battle. Chandler had 5 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and a sack, and his team somehow did not win. Meanwhile, Von Miller recorded 1 tackle, but hey, his team's moving on. First matchup of round 2. We have the 2 LA teams going at it. I expect another thriller. This is the defending champions versus the team that might have the most talent top to bottom. They might have the most depth out of any team in the league right now, man. And they're proving it. 13-0 against the Rams. 20-0 at halftime. What is actually going on? I expect Stafford to come back. I mean, this is unbelievable. At least put up some points. Talk about a shocker. Okay, there we go. 6-23. We're going to see if they can close the gap a little bit before we jump in. If not, GG's to the Rams. Unbelievable. So the Kings of LA, the Chargers, are taking the throne. I mean, this is unbelievable. They win by what, 18? For the Rams to win the way they did in the first round and then put up this stinker in round 2. I don't know how I feel about that, man. Very anticlimactic game. Wagner had 5 tackles and a tackle for a loss. Donald had 2.5 sacks. I mean, they were getting after the quarterback. They just could not score because Bosa was going crazy. 3.5 sacks. Khalil Mack with 2. A tackle for a loss. 4 tackles. This team is looking dominant, man. Now we have the Honey Badger and the Saints against Von and the Bills. Last matchup before the finals. I don't know who the favorites should be in this one. I guess the Bills, just because they're off to an early lead. And I'd say they have the slightly better roster, the better quarterback, so they should be favored in this one. But hey, man, the Saints are marching right down the field. 14-13. They have the lead, looking to add to it. Risky pass. I've noticed the Bills have Von playing a lot more coverage than I think a lot of people would. You know what I'm saying? I would have him in a box. That's what I would have Von doing. Meeting Alvin Kamara at the point of attack. That's his first tackle of the game, but it comes at a crucial moment. 3rd and 4. Kamara picks up the blitz. Jameis is going to scramble and slide short of the first down. What? They're going to go for it? 4th and 2. I think Jameis knows he messed up. He should have kept on running. So he's mad at himself. He's going to hand it off. Kamara gets the first. It's going to be a 1st and goal. I'd give it to the guy that had 6 touchdowns in one game, or he can get sacked. That's another option. Edmonds getting to Jameis right there. Now watch, they're gonna hand it off. You should have handed it off the play before, man. For your sake, hopefully it's not too little too late. Okay, the play action. Jameis incomplete, intended for Michael Thomas. Will we see a Von sack? Will we see some pressure? I don't even know if he's in a game. Either way, they got the sack. Jerry Hughes with the big play. Josh Allen has 3 timeouts, 2 minutes and change to get his team a touchdown and win this ball game. Reckless pass though. Not the best stat line. He's almost at 50% in terms of completions. He's not having the best game, but when you're going against a team this stacked, a defense this stacked, I mean, you gotta understand. 2 minutes left in regulation. It's a 3rd and 4. Allen to his tight end. They pick up the first. 2nd down and 5. Allen over the middle. I think that's Gabe Davis. If not, it was Jameson Crowder. One of those. Either way, he has so many players to throw to. So much talent. Allen on the run. Throwing a strike. Oh my goodness. That was almost one-handed. That would have been nasty. Would have been playing a game. I thought Diggs had a chance to catch it too. Either way, 2nd and 10. Clock stop. Allen over the middle. Nice tackle. Gonna be a 3rd and 4. Does he go to Diggs? Does he go to the Honey Badger side? Oh, he's going deep. He's going deep. 1-on-1 coverage. Incomplete. It all comes down to this 4th down and 4. Running back in the backfield. Where does Allen go? Is that Diggs on the linebacker? That's where I would go, but that's another nice option. Davis steps out of bounds. Now they really need Von to step up and make a play. Kamara's going to get the first, and the Saints are going to move on to the final 17-13. You can't underestimate this team, man. Kamara, Michael Thomas, they have too many weapons. I thought the Bills would score a little bit more. I thought Allen would have a better game, but credit to the Saints defense. The Honey Badger with 4 tackles. Von wasn't in on half the plays. I don't know why they took him out the game, and he only had 3 tackles, and his team's going home. Now we have the finals. Khalil Mack and the Chargers against the Honey Badger and the Saints. So far, so good. 19-17 at the start of half number 2. And it all comes down to this. Chargers down 5. Less than 2 minutes left in the game. Does Herbert have a game-winning drive in him? Great protection. Only a 3-man rush. Keenan staying in bounds. Forcing the Chargers to use their first timeout. 3rd and inches. Herbert 3-step drop. Throwing it up. Keenan going up and getting it. What a catch right there by the Slayer. They're in field goal range, but remember they need a touchdown. Okay, 3 points does nothing. Herbert gonna go down. Cameron Jordan with the sack. It's a fumble, but the Chargers scoop it up. What a play right there by number 94. They have no choice but to go to the no huddle. Another tackle inbounds. 2 timeouts left, but only 14 seconds. They're crazy for not using one. Herbert needs to make a play, and he needs to make it now. Keenan Allen having himself a drive. Big catch after big catch. 1st and goal. 7 seconds left. This is unbelievable, man. We've had nothing but thrillers. Play action. Herbert for the touchdown. The Chargers take the lead. Now they're going for 2, just in case the Saints have a miracle up their sleeve, and they have a chance to get 3 points. Eckler going to get the handoff and going to get the 2-point conversion. Oh, wow. They're going to field it, and that's that's gonna wrap this up. What a game. The Chargers get their first Super Bowl in team history, and they're the winners of this tournament, man. GG's to all the teams that were in this. Look at the stat lines. 11 for 156 for Thomas, 9 for 153 for Keenan. We had none but good games in all 3 rounds of this tournament. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Obliterate that like button. Thank you so much for watching to the end, and I'll see you on the next one.
Nobody's safe. Came from Memphis, we fresh out the gate. And I look like I came from LA. From New Jersey, I look like LA. I'm a water, I'm from in LA. I'ma get it, it's mine for the tape. Ride the beamer when I'm out of state. Could have beat, almost got me a case. Go Olympic, I'm winning the race. 911 cause I'm killing the game. Talking crazy, I'm going insane. Shifting gears and I'm switching the lane. Hop on station, just go entertain. Going up so I'm making a name.